Nam Shastam Manamapi Satiputram Atrasarupam Rupam Tasajatam Urupurim Maturim Gostavatim Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasya Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sigurutam Natosmi. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sadodata Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sadodata Gaurudaya Pushpavanto Chitra Samatamonado Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 First of all, I give pranams thousands of times, Lotus feet of our Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhaktivedanta, Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Rupanuga Guru Parampara, all devotees, thank you for coming, thank you for having us. So we're continuing this Chaitanya Charitamrita, okay, with the pastimes of Krishna who appeared in Kali Yuga in the form of Lord Chaitanya. Have you heard of him? Okay. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya gnani bharata bharata abhutana madharmasya tadattvajam srijamiham. Oh Arjuna, I appear in every age. So in Satyuga, which form Krishna appeared in? In Satyuga. Manju? Nrsingadev, Satyuga. Swan Avatar, Hams Avatar, Satyuga. Many. He appeared in Treta Yuga in the form of? In Dwapara Yuga he came himself in Krishna Swarup. And what form he came in Kali Yuga? Have a guess. Lord Chaitanya. He came in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Vadama Atvisa Krishna Sangha Upangasta Pasada Yagne Sankitana Praya Yajanti hi Sumedasa. Bhagavad Puran describes me. Krishna Varanam Atvisa Krishna. Krishna Varanam means he has the complexion of Krishna. Krishna Varanam. He is Krishna, but Atvisa Krishna. But he is not black. And Krishna Varanam, means Varanam means to chant, to speak. So Krishna Varanam. Varanam means he's always speaking the two syllables. Krishna. So Krishna Varanam Atvisa Krishna. He always speaks the two syllables, Krishna, Krishna. But he is not black, but he's Krishna. So Atvisa Krishna means whitish complexion, gold complexion. Sa-anga upangasta pashadam. He appeared with his angas, like when Krishna came, Mahavishnu came in the form of Advaita, Baladev came in the form of Nityananda. Upanga means like fingers and toes. Anga means arm, then Upanga means fingers, toes, like Rupa, Sanatan. Right? And what did he do? Krishna Varama Tvitsa Sangupana. Yagneya Sankirtana Praya. He taught this Sankirtan Yagya. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes how he is worshipped through Yagya. So in Kali Yuga, which Yagya will please him? Kali Yuga te keval naam tu ada. Tusidas said in Kali Yuga, only one way of deliverance, that is Naam. So Naam Sankirtan Yagya. Sankirtaneka Pitaro Kamalaya Taksha. He is the father of the Sankirtan Yagya. Like we do fire sacrifice. So you need a Yagya pit, you need a spoon, you need ghee, you need fire. So for Sankirtan Yagya Manju, for £100 bonus prize, what is the Yagya pit?
To say the Harinam.
The mouth, the kund. What is the spoon? Tongue. What is the ghee? The syllables. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this produced the 7-tongued fire of Harinam Sankirtan. Means in chanting Harinam, 7 results we get. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described those 7 results. Chetodapanam Majanam Mahadavagni Nivapanam Shreya Koriva Chandrika Vitalanam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivadanam Pratipatam Punamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. You know that verse, Manju? Okay. Come in. You can sit here if you're comfortable. Maybe move this stuff there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the inaugurator, the beginner of this Nam Sankirtan. Okay. So, if we do not hear about him in this Kali Yuga, how we can attain deliverance? Not possible. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj described, when we come to England, if you want to enter the country, what do you have to do? You have to give respects to the Queen of England. She's in charge of this area. In the same way, we are now residents of Kali Yuga. So if we want to achieve perfection, then we have to give respect to the incarnation who's in charge of Kali Yuga. Okay. So we're hearing about him. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's Krishna. But he not came in the mood of Krishna. What mood he came in, Manju?
Radharani.
Radharani's mood. Therefore we don't put peacock feather on Lord Chaitanya. Many people do. I went to Soho Street the other day. I have Lord Chaitanya with peacock feather. Is this good, Manju? Think carefully before you answer. No. Because he not came here to be Krishna. He came here in a different mood. He's in the mood of Radharani, always weeping. Where is Krishna? No? Kaha jao, kaha pao, bhajan. Where I go to find Krishna. Oh, I am Krishna. Won't happen, right? So don't disturb the mood of Lord Chaitanya. Don't worship him with a peacock feather. He doesn't need a peacock feather. No? Because he not came here to be Krishna, to taste the mood of Krishna. He came here to taste the mood of Radharani. So when he came to Vrindavan, he not stayed so long. Why Lord Chaitanya not stayed so long in Vrindavan? Then the mood of Krishna will come. And he came here to taste that. Gurudev gave a sweet example. If you have a fire and you're covered with newspaper, how long the fire will remain covered? A few minutes. Then the fire will come through. So Lord Chaitanya, when he came to Vrindavan, he not stayed in Vrindavan. He stayed outside, here at Akrura Ghat, that is the border of Vrindavan and Mathura. Because he stays in Vrindavan, then the mood of Vrindavan will force him to manifest his mood as Krishna. So you see, Mahaprabhu came, not stayed too long. So when he came, every day he would sleep at Akrura Ghat. We can hear a little bit about Akrura Ghat. Akrura, he is one of the gurus of Navavidha Bhakti, 9 processes of devotion. Like, for example, Shravanam, in the school we were teaching all the children. I knew, of course. Who achieved perfection by hearing about Krishna? Parikshit Maharaj. He just heard for 7 days, achieved perfection just by hearing Krishna Katha. So he's the Acharya of Shravanatya Bhakti. Sukadev Goswami achieved perfection by doing Krishna Kirtan. Prahlad Maharaj achieved perfection by Smarana Vishnu. No matter how many disturbances came, his mind not went away from Prabhu's lotus feet even for a second. So he's the guru of remembrance of Krishna. Then Akrura achieved perfection by offering prayers. Right? When he came to Vrindavan, to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, on the way he saw so many footprints of Krishna and Balaram. And he felt great ecstasy as he rolled in that dust. So as he was going to Vrindavan, then he had many doubts, because he was coming as the messenger of Kamsa. So he was doubting. Will Krishna, Balaram accept me? Maybe they think I'm Kamsa's chamcha, Kamsa's servant. So, but I hope they know that really I am their devotee. So when they see me, will they embrace me? Will they call me uncle? Many, many prayers he had on the road to Vrindavan. We are also on the road to Vrindavan. So what we think of now, what we desire now when we practice, you will get that. Is that good or bad? Kevin? Depends what you think of. No? Narottam Das Thakur said, Sadhana babibe ja siddha deha taha par. Pakwa apakwa matre avichar. Narottam Das Thakur said. Sadhan, the stage of practice, is like the green mango. And sadhya, the perfection, is like ripe mango. No difference between the two mangoes. No? So what we think of when we chant Harinam now, Manju, what do you want from Krishna? Imagine Krishna came, Manju, what do you want? What would you ask for?
To go to Vrindavan.
You could ask for a new fridge. Huh? New fridge, new microwave. Do you have a car? It's probably pretty old, isn't it? A few rusty pieces here and there. Why not ask for a new car? A new fridge? So be careful. What you think of now when you chant, you will get that. Okay. More victims. Who is this?
Shri.
Oh, she came. If there's not enough room, you can come and sit here. Be comfortable. Okay. So we're just saying, Akrura, on the road to Vrindavan, he prayed for many, many things. No? Will Krishna give me some gift? Will they do this? Will Krishna Balaram do this? Will Krishna Balaram speak this? And when he got to Vrindavan, everything he prayed for, he got. Krishna Balaram embraced him, uncle. Therefore, Akrura has some like Vatsalya mood to Krishna. And Krishna fulfilled all his desires. So when Akrura took Krishna and Balaram, you can come and sit here if there's no room, sister. Can move forward. I see you're taking up like half an acre there. Keep going. And then to move forward a bit. So Akrura, when he took Krishna and Balaram out of Vrindavan, we know that really Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Rupa Goswami, he wrote, Mahaprabhu ordered him, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Therefore, who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Who was at the battlefield of Kurukshetra? Rupa Goswami said, that was another Krishna. That was Yadunandan Krishna. Krishna no Yadu Sambhavo, Yapunha Yastita Hapuna, Vrindavanam Prityaja Padamekam Nagachati. Rupa Goswami wrote, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Who was on the chariot of Arjuna? That was not Nandanandan. That was Yadunandan. The real Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So Krishna's expansions go to Dwarka. Krishna's expansions go to Mathura. But Krishna, original, Radhanath, Radhakant, Gopijana Vallabh, he never take one step out of Braj. So Akrura, when he took Krishna Balaram, did he take Krishna Balaram out of Vrindavan? Who he took? He took Yadu, he took the sons of Devaki, the sons of Vasudeva, he took them to Mathura. But Krishna remained hidden in Braj. No? Why? Gopis never expressed their love directly for Krishna. Who thinks these topics would come more than the Gopis never directly speak their love for Krishna. No? Because, like in Vedic culture, wife never says name of husband. Wife says to husband in India, I love you. Who's married there? Husband saying to you, I love you? Never.
That's a lie,
Okay, keep it neutral. But really, I know parents also never say to son, you are very good, I'm very proud.
Right.
Otherwise, their son will be spoiled. But everything they're feeling inside, but not expressing. Guru Maharaj said, as soon as you speak, it's lost. Like a room. If you keep the room closed, and that incense becomes so strong. As soon as you open the window, lost. So gopis never speak. I love you, Krishna. What the gopis doing? Black fellow has come again. Fact. No? Whenever Krishna comes, the gopis look very interested in everything except Krishna. Prabhupada Saraswati, Radharasa Sunandita, he says, one gopi asking Radharani, oh Radharani, so much you love the dark blue lotus. So much you love the dark waters of the Yamuna. So much you love your pet cuckoo, black color. No? So much you love this black thing, that black thing. Why you never look at the black colored son of Nanda Maharaj? No? And Radharani laughs. Means the gopis keep their love for Krishna so much hidden. No? Then that becomes strong. So, what was the point of all that? Krishna wants to really know what the gopis think of me. And if Krishna is there directly, he will never know. For that reason, Krishna put the gopis in separation. And what they feel, that time comes out. And Krishna hearing everything. No? Very tricky fellow. So, point is, Akrura came to this same Akrura Ghat, and he thought, now is midday, it's time to do my Gayatri. No? Do you think the gopis would ever stop serving Krishna? Now Krishna, it's time to do Gayatri, you have to stop your seva. No. But Akrura, a different mood, little Aishwarya Gyan, no? Understand? Or in reverence. So, oh Krishna, stop your service, now I'm going to do Gayatri. So he went to take bath, and as he went in the water, what did he see? Krishna wanted to show, don't worry, I have power to kill Kamsa. So in the water, Akrura saw his Ishtadev. No, that is Garbhadaksai Vishnu. He saw in the water. On Ananta Shesh, Balaram. Then he thought, Krishna, Balaram are here in the water. Who's on the chariot? He looked, Krishna, Balaram on the chariot. Then again he went, like this 3 times. Krishna gave him some blessing. No? Don't fear. So the Acharya said when Akrura came to Akrura Ghat, Krishna and Balaram returned back to Vrindavan, a Lakshya group, in disguise, hiding. And he continued on taking the expansions of Krishna and Balaram outside Vrindavan. So this Akrura Ghat is a very important place, like the boundary. The boundary of Vrindavan and Mathura. Vrindavan and Mathura seem very close. There's only 10 kilometers difference, but the mood, millions of miles difference in mood. So Chaitanya also another, when the cowherd boys were there one day, I think it was Shivaratri, and all Brijbasis fasting. Something happened, next day Nanda Baba went to break the fast. Maybe it was a Kadasi that day, sorry. So early on the Dwadasi, everyone knows, right? Dwadasi, he went to take bath. Then Varun, the servants of Varun, the god of water, thought, who's this fellow taking bath illegally at the wrong time? They took Nanda Baba. Then Brijbasis cried, Nanda Baba has drowned, Nanda Baba has gone. Then Krishna came, don't worry, I will bring my father back. So Krishna went into the water, and when he came out, where was he? Varuna's own lok, Varuna Lok, the place of the god of water. So when Varuna saw Krishna has come, my God, he chastised his servants, you idiots. What have you done? Why you touched the son of the father of the Supreme Lord? You nonsense. So he chastised them. And so much respect Varun gave to Nanda Baba and Krishna. So afterwards Krishna took Nanda Baba back. Then Nanda Baba was describing what he saw. So Nanda Baba is Brijabasi, villager. What you saw? Then Nanda Baba said, I saw Vaikuntha. Because he thought this Varuna's place, so opulent, this must be Vaikuntha. And the old coward boy said, Kanaya, you have no secrets from us. We also want to see Vaikuntha. And some Brijabasi say, we want to see Mukti. What is Mukti? So Krishna said, I can't show you here, come with me. So he took them to this same place, Akrura Ghat. He said to all Brijavasi, take bath, go in the water. When they went in the water, what did they see? Vaikuntha. No? Actually, Acharyas describe it, I not describe too much now, but everything in Vrindavan and Vaikuntha outside looks same. So much opulence, this and that. But Brijavasi said, this Vaikuntha not give us happiness. Why? Krishna is there, we see him. But his mood is different. Why? His mood there is? Manju? In Vaikuntha, his mood is what? Aishwarya. Same Krishna. But Krishna not jumping on our laps. Krishna not pulling our beard. Krishna not putting his hand in our pockets and taking laddus. Krishna like they're grave, serious. And we don't know. We also not feel like running to Kanaya, giving him breast milk or putting him on our laps. We also feel like some fear, some awe and reverence. So Brijavasi saw Vaikuntha but not happy. Then he showed them mukti. Actually, he showed them mukti first. So much effulgence they could not see Krishna. So instead of becoming happy by achieving Sayuja Mukti, the Brijavasis wept. We cannot see Krishna, this place is like hell. Oh Kanaya, this liberation and this Vaikuntha, keep, we don't want. Where we were before this Vrindavan, then we like that. So Kira Kasutape Parag Rajayaha, Kesha Ke Keli Kunja Kunja Koti Koti Kasi Hai, Yamuna Me Jagannath Runuka Karameshwaryaha, Keda Badi Tara Dasa Dasi Hai, Ananta Koti Ayodhya, Dal Patra Patra Asanka Koti Ayodhya Navasi Hai, Swarga Upavarga, Leke Karenge Kaha Ham tu Shri Vrindavan Navasi Hai. Brijavasi said this Vaikuntha, this Ayodhya, this Yamuna, this Jagannath, Puri, all these places, we have no interest. We have no interest in the heavenly planets or liberation. We are Brijavasi. So, where we ever were before Vrindavan, just take us back there. So all these things is Akrura Ghat. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is staying there. Like a neutral place a little bit. And daytime he came to Vrindavan, but he not stayed long. If you come, Manju, to our temple, there is Imlitala. This is very high place in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit at Imlitala and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He would sit there doing his bhajan. Because in Krishna Lila, Krishna also came to this same tree, Imli. They call it another name, Kaviraj Goswami gave it. Okay, we'll get to that. No? So, in Krishna Lila, in Ras Lila, then Radharani had desire, Krishna, I want to see how you look dancing with millions of gopis. I want to see how you look like that. So to fulfill Radharani's desire, Krishna did Ras Lila. No other reason. Because Radharani is Raseshwari, the presiding deity of Ras. So when Krishna fulfilled Radharani's desire by dancing with millions of gopis, between each gopi was two Krishnas, or between two Krishnas was one gopi, like a chain, then Radharani became angry. This Krishna is a cheater. He said, Radharani, you are the topmost, I love you like no other, but look, he is dancing with me the same as he is dancing with all gopis. So Radhika became angry and left Krishna. Then Krishna scratching his head, for her I did it, her desire. And now she is angry. So Rupa Goswami said, the movements of prema is like the movement of a snake. Crooked. But snake always goes in a straight line. So Radharani, her moods, even Krishna cannot understand. So Radharani became in man, angry, and left Krishna. So despite the presence of billions of gopis, Krishna not felt one drop of happiness without Radharani's lotus feet. There's Satakoti Gopi, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Satakoti Gopi Madhavaman, Rakita, Narilo, Koilo, Jatan, Eso Radhe Dakyanam. Krishna on his flute became mad, and on his flute again and again calling, Eso Radhe. come Radhika, come. But Radharani not came. So Krishna became like a mad person. Without you, Tuma bina kahara ras. Radharani, without you, there is no Vrindavan. Tua lagi ami brajarabas. Only for you, Radhika, I live in Vrindavan. Only for you I perform these old pastimes. Sukadev Goswami says, Mad Bhakta Vinodatam. Krishna is all lila for the happiness of devotees. So Krishna had no selfishness also. So Radharani became angry. She went across the Yamuna to a place, Man Sarovar. Have you been there, Sri Rekha?
I must.
Next time you come to India, forget Bombay, forget everything, and just stay in Braj. Okay?
I already conveyed your message to my mom also.
Right. So just human form of life means chance to reside in these places. No? So Radharani and Man then weeping. Why I did like that? Radharani's mood, even Radharani not understand why I did like that. No? So she also weeping so much. Those tears became one pond. Have you been there? Asim? Man Sarovar? Krishna not feel any satisfaction. All his opulence, his everything, no meaning, no one drop of happiness. So Krishna also in separation. So who is Krishna, whose black complexion is covered? Puja Huja, who is that?
Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, lucky guess. That is Lord Chaitanya. Krishna in the complexion and mood of Radharani. So Gurudev's Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Kesamaj, he wrote, what is that? Radha Chintana Vesena, yes. Radha Chintana Vesena, Yasya Kanti Vilopana, Shri Krishna Charanam Bande Radhika Radha Alingata Vigraha. How embarrassing when you have to be reminded. I worship that Krishna. Which Krishna? That Krishna fully absorbed in thinking of Radharani. So much so he gave up his own dark complexion and took the golden complexion of Radhika. Who is that? Krishna. Mahaprabhu. So when Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan again 500 years ago, where did he sit? Same place. And that dais, that stand around that tree, that was made by Nityananda himself. You know that? Because my Lord is coming, he will do bhajan here. So Nityananda made that with his own hands. And Mahaprabhu sitting under that tree. So that he remembering all these things. No? So when we go there, this place, very dear place of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. If you come, Sureka?
Definitely.
Because this one's not connected.
Okay, just work. So, Mahaprabhu sitting under that tree. I think he stayed there for 10 days, 2 weeks. Nighttime he would go to Kurugat. Daytime he would come to Imritala. So when he was there, many people came and they said, have you seen Lord Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? People were talking. Yes, yes, Krishna is coming here every night. No? Nighttime he's coming to Kalyadaha, one lake. No? Today we told that to the children. Which class was that?
Year 3.
Year 3.
Kushbu's class.
Whose?
Kushbu's class.
Kushbu, right, there she was. So there Krishna defeated Kaliya by dance. I'm not going to do it again, but Tandav Gati Mandan Paranacha Giridhari. Giridhari danced on the head of Kaliya and defeated him by dancing. So people were saying, Krishna has come again. Every night he's dancing here in Kaliyarad. Nighttime we can see the jewels on the head of Kaliya. So people were talking. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sevak, Balabhadra. Did we speak all this the other night? So the people replied, Lok kohe Krishna prakat kaliya dahajal, kaliya sir natya kore panaratnajal. The people were saying to Lord Chaitanya, Krishna has come again. Where? He's dancing on the head of Kaliya every night. And nighttime we can see the jewels on his head. You can come. Saksha dekile lok nahi ka sangsai sune hasi koi Prabhu sab satya hai. Everyone is seeing Krishna. There is no doubt about it. And Lord Chaitanya laughed. Why, Manju? Because he is Krishna. So people saying Krishna's there dancing on the head of the snake every night. Come and see him. And Mahaprabhu said, yes, Krishna is here, but Mahaprabhu laughing. But no one can understand. So 3 nights in a row, everyone would go to Kali and Daha and see the jewels and Krishna dancing on the head of this snake. They thought like that. The common persons. And everyone would come and tell Lord Chaitanya, we have seen Krishna. We have seen Krishna. By the mercy of Goddess of Saraswati, all were speaking the truth because Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. But people could not understand who is Lord Chaitanya. So, Mahaprabhu dekhe Satya Krishna Darshan Nija Gyan Satya Chari Asatya Satya Brahm. Even though people were seeing Krishna directly in the form of Lord Chaitanya, they could not understand this is Krishna. But what their mistake, they thought that was real, and the real thing they thought was false. So Lord Chaitanya had one servant called Balabhadra Bhattacharya. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he said to Lord Chaitanya, I also want to go and see Lord Krishna at night. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slapped him. Tabe tar kohe Prabhu, chapad Maria, murka, vakya murka hoile pandita hoila. No, you are an idiot. Mahaprabhu slapped him. Today we're talking about the chapati. Which room was that?
Year 4.
We're talking to the children today.
Year 4.
Year 4.
Year 4. About Madhya Soda also said if Krishna does not want to eat chapati, then Madhya Soda says, which chapati you want? That one or this one? Both are hot and fresh. What do you want? Then Krishna eats his chapati. I'd rather have this one than that one. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slapped Balabhadra and said, you are a learned person, but by listening to fools, you have become a fool. No? Why would Krishna appear in the age of Kali? No? Krishna kene darshan dibe Kali kale nija brahm murkalo kore kolahali. Kolahali means big disturbance, so much shouting. Krishna never appears in Kali Yuga. Right? One name of Vishnu is Tri Yuga. Means Vishnu never appears in Kali Yuga. Right? So when those persons who are not devotee try to explain, they say, but we cannot accept Lord Chaitanya as Vishnu because one name of Vishnu is Tri Yuga. But the meaning of Tri Yuga is not that Lord Vishnu never comes in Kali Yuga. The meaning Tri Yuga is Vishnu never comes in the form of Lila Avatar in Kali Yuga. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not Lila Avatar. He is he's in the mood of devotee. So he never said, I am Krishna. That's why he's called a hidden incarnation. So whenever we're saying, this is Krishna, Mahaprabhu slapped him. No. And unfortunately in Kali Yuga, many people accepting many different persons as Krishna. Who's heard of Sai Baba? Horrible. You heard of him? He's from Andhra Pradesh, isn't he? He is the black spot on your state. Right? Why? He says he is Krishna. Do you accept that? Say no. Because
He's looking at the crowd first.
number one, Bhagavan never becomes old. Right? Like Lord Ram. I think Lord Ram was in this world more than 25,000 years. But Lord Ram never looked older than 16, 17. Right? Navayovak, eternally youthful. Krishna was 125 years in this world. He always looked 16 years old. No incarnation of Bhagavan become old. But Sai Baba, he's putting colour in his hair. His stomach's coming out. Right? He's not the most handsome man in the world. We'll just leave it at that, right? You have none of the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Where's Lakshmi? Bhagavan never comes without Lakshmi. No? So in this way, many ways, we cannot accept him as Bhagavan. When we went to South Africa, Sai Baba temple, Then they had one poster on the wall. Why am I speaking this? I have no idea. Sai Baba was there, and everyone said to Sai Baba at the airport, "Oh Baba, you are Krishna, show us the Virat Rupa that Krishna showed in Kurukshetra." And Sai Baba was such a nonsense, which said, "I can't, this airport hangar is too small. If I show the Virat Rupa in the airport, many people are going to be crushed and killed. So I won't do it here." And everyone going, "Oh yes, come on." Foolish people in Kali Yuga accept this type of guy as incarnation. So this is not just Sai Baba. Even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, people saying the same thing. This is Krishna, this is Krishna. There's another one, another guy, actually he's Gujarati. He says he's the incarnation of Kalki. He used to be an insurance salesman. The Supreme Lord used to be an insurance salesman. This all rubbish in Kali Yuga. And they say Vox Populares Vox Deus. These days the vote system is very powerful. No? So people voting. He is an incarnation. Look how many followers he has. No? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not accept all these things. So when Balabhadra said, "I also want to go and see Krishna," he got the slap from Lord Chaitanya's very soft hand. No? Why would Krishna appear in the age of Kali? Foolish people are mistaken and simply causing kolahala, so much shouting and disturbance. You know, so many people claiming to be Krishna. I am Krishna, I am Krishna, I am Krishna. But we should not be cheated. That's why, what's your name, sir?
Bilhan.
Bilhan. That's why we have the Vedas. The Vedas describe when the incarnations are come, what they look like. Anywhere in the Vedas describe the Supreme Lord will appear in Andhra Pradesh in Kali Yuga? No description. But people are unfortunate, they cannot accept all these things. When the incarnations are described, when they come, where they come, what their complexion, what they will teach, which mother and father they will accept, all this is described, you know, thousands of years before their appearance. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slapped his own servant, you know, because Bhagavan always neutral. You know. They say the doctor, Madhusudana Maharaj says, the doctor, the guru, and the minister. These three should always be neutral. Otherwise, out of greed, they give some bad advice, then the doctor will kill you. He says to the diabetic patient, "Don't eat rasgullas. Come on, doctor, I love them. Here's another $100. Okay, well, just a few a day should be no problem." If the doctor, out of greed, he becomes greedy, then he cannot give proper advice. The minister of the government, the guru. So, what to speak of Bhagavan? Even own devotee does wrong. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give some punishment. Even Radhika, even Radharani do something wrong. Even Krishna gives something. No? When Ras Leela was there afterwards, Radharani said, "I cannot walk, carry me." Then Krishna disappeared. Then Radharani, "Oh no, this is not Krishna's fault. I became too much proud. Who am I to say to Krishna, carry me?" No? So even devotee do wrong. Even very dear devotee, Krishna always gives some correction. So his own servant, Mahaprabhu, slapped. Vatul na hoy ga rahata vashiya Krishna darshan kore kali ratre bhyaha. Don't be mad. You know? Sit here nicely. Tomorrow night you will understand everything. Next morning, because when Mahaprabhu was there, everyone would come to see him. Mahaprabhu asked one man in the morning, "Did you see Krishna?" Then the man said, "We understand now what is the truth." There is one fisherman. You know, he's on his boat, and on his boat he put some lamps to attract the machlis towards him. So he's on his boat doing like this, catching the fish from this side, catching the fish from that side. And stupid guys thought this is Krishna dancing on the head of Kaliya. No? So, dur hoite tha deki loker hoy brahm Kaliye sarir Krishna kore chenatan. From a distance, people thought this is Krishna dancing on the head of Kaliya, but what was it? One fisherman catching fish. No? These fools think the boat is the Kaliya head. The torchlight which he used to attract the fish, this is the jewels on the head of Kaliya. And people thought the fisherman was Krishna. So Vrindavan Krishna oile se satya hoy, Krishna dekila log iha mityan hoy. Iha mityan hoy. Krishna has come to Vrindavan. That is a fact. Who is that? Who? Say it. I'm asking the guy behind you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there's so much. There's one book I translated actually from our Gurudev. Our Gurudev made a great collection of verses. It's called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the spiritual proof of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Swayam Bhagavata. So Gurudev collected many verses over many years. If you can download it, it's there, purebhakti.com. Hindi and English. So when Gurudev was a young man, he's Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Kesav Goswami Maharaj. Have you heard of him, Manju? Right, Sannyas Guru of Bhakti Prabhupada. He was preaching in Assam. And that area was another so-called incarnation of Krishna called Hunkadev. Hunka means to shout. Yeah? So I guess he shouted a lot. So he would say, I am Krishna. I have created everything. So everything is pure. Fish, onion garlic, murgi. All these things are pure because my creation. So everyone wants an incarnation like that, right? That's why no one joins Gaudiya Math. Why? So many rules. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. So everyone looks for option B, Ram Krishna mission. Who eat everything. Hunkadev. Eat everything, no problem. This is also bhakti. So everyone want incarnation like that. Many people want guru like that. Guru who gives too much restriction, everyone running. But Guru gives some proper standard, no one will come to that person. Also people have too many desires, they cannot come to proper Guru also. They have so many desires. And Guru is an enemy to that. Guru is an obstacle for that thing. So we should always be careful, be sincere. No? So, Gurudev, Param Gurudev, was giving lecture and he was speaking, of course in his new adjusting, accommodating manner. What did he say? Those who eat fish, their mouths are like sewers. Many people think we should speak nicely to please the audience. But our Param Gurudev was never a believer of that idea. No. They say you should speak the truth sweetly, but he would say no. You should speak the truth even if it is unpleasant for them to hear. So he would say directly, those who eat fish and onion and garlic, their mouth is like a sewer. No pure thing comes from a sewer. So, in other words, do the math. You guys are all stool. Then people become angry. They started throwing stones at him. So he said, if you want to fight, we can fight. Imagine, sannyasi saying that. You want to fight? Come on. Come on. Think you're hard enough? He said, if you want to fight, we can fight also. He was not afraid of fighting. I can tell you some nice stories. But he won't sleep tonight. Manju's looking horrified. What is necessary for seva, Vaishnav means whatever is necessary, they are ready to do that. Anyway, I will tell you later when the children are not around. Nice stories. How brave, how bold he was. One man, he told me this. I should turn this off. There was one man, he told me, for he was born in Navadvip, he told me this. There was one Muslim who was leader of all the Gundas of Mayapur. Everyone was terrified of. He had a huge knife wound on his throat, like here, all the way up his throat. He used to tell the boys, Bhakti Pragyan Kesav Goswami Maharaj gave this to me. Because the Gundas were controlling Mayapur at that time. Now it's easy life for us. But one night all Muslims attacked Saraswati Thakur's mat. What to do? To beat, to kill. No? So all the brahmacharis were afraid. Bhakti Pragyan Kesav Maharaj was 17 years old. He took a knife, went right to the leader, cut his throat. And then all the other Muslims ran for their life. He did this was Guru Seva. Why? Necessary. Protect Gurudev, protect Vaishnavas, protect Thakurji. Does it sound good, Puja? What is Seva? What is necessary for the service of Bhagavan at that time do? How many people Arjuna killed at Kurukshetra? Hundreds of thousands. But this is that time necessary. That time Krishna Seva took that form. Okay, we're not saying what is necessary for Seva, that time you have to do. So anyway, no more stories like that. So what we're talking about? Somehow we got on that topic.
Garlic and
Right. So he directly spoke. If you want to fight, we could fight. We are not afraid of death. We are followers of Prahlad. We are followers of Haridas Thakur. But rather than fighting with us, if you listen to what we say, you will get the benefit. And one, you can imagine how fearless he was. This means completely fearless. We fear to speak like that. No, I speak like that, what will happen? But real Vaishnava never fear this thing. We fear to speak the truth. If I offend him, he won't give me my £10 donation. If I offend this, maybe he won't invite me back to his house. Because we will lose. No. So many times out of selfish desire, we hesitate to speak the truth. But real Vaishnava is never like that. What is good for that person, they will always speak. You accept it or not, that is your problem. No? So what proof is there that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan? What proof? Then he not answered, he just pointed to one of his brahmacharis. Sadhan Sevak, you speak. He stood up, spoke 100 verses. This takes 2-3 hours. 100 verses, one after the other. Proof, Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Who is Lord Chaitanya? Then all remained silent. So Gurudev at that time, he was, so he began taking notes. This verse, this will give you one confidence, one happiness. So, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, but everyone running after the fisherman. This is the glories of Kali Yuga. So, Lord Chaitanya said, actually Krishna has come to Vrindavan. That is the truth. It is also true that all you people have seen him. But where is Krishna? That is the mistake they are making. They are running after the fisherman and leaving behind Lord Chaitanya. This is like the mistake of seeing a dry tree to be a person. Right? Like the villager at night, he's walking home, dead tree is there, and he thinks, this is ghost, but not ghost. What is it? Dead tree. Gogama used to tell that story. Now, first time I'm seeing where he got it from. So, Prabhu kohe kaha poila Krishna darshan lok kohe sannyas tumi Jagannath Narayan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where have you seen? Then all the Brijbasis said, you are sannyasi, you are Jagannath. You have appeared in Vrindavan as an incarnation of Krishna. Just by seeing you, everyone is now liberated. Prabhu koi Vishnu Vishnu ihana kohibe. Lord Chaitanya said, Vishnu Vishnu, don't speak like this. Ordinary person can never become Vishnu. A jiva can never become Krishna at any time. What's his name? Balivan. Beovan. Understand?
Beovan.
Can you become Krishna? Can you become one with Krishna? No. No. You can never become Krishna. You can never become one with Krishna also. This is great mistake. Guru Maharaj said there is no proof in any scripture of anyone merging with Krishna at any time. Because the soul is eternal. Soul can never become Krishna. The soul can never merge with Krishna. Otherwise the soul would be called temporary. So, Jiv Ishwar Tattva Kabu Nahi Sam Jwala Agni Rasi Yaiche Spulinge Rakan. The Jiva and Krishna can never be the same. Like a spark and fire. Is there a difference between spark and fire, Manju? Huh? Differences. Difference is there. No? Badini Sandini Alishtisa Sachidananda Ishwara Swadhyaya Samrito Jiva Sanklesha Ni Nakara Karaka. the Supreme Lord is always with all his potencies, including the Ladini Shakti. The conditioned soul, however, is always covered by ignorance. They can never be the same. So, Je mud koe jiv ishwa hoy sam. I used to remember this verse. Ye muda koe jiv ishwara sam, se tu pashande hoy dande koriyam. Who knows Bengali here? It's very simple. You guys make a little effort, you can learn Bengali. This is very simple Bengali. Very nice. The soul, individual soul and Krishna can never be the same. And who says they are the same, what happens to him? Dande Koriyam. Who's Yam? Yamaraj. They're punished. Birth after birth in hell. Are you guys sisters? Huh? Look a little similar.
Somewhat. In the same spiritual journey. The spiritual sisters.
So, okay, if you can, one thing you walk out of this class, you can just remember, the soul can never be Krishna. The soul can never become one with Krishna. There is eternal difference. If you can walk out of the class just with this idea, that will be the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. No? Yastu Narayana Devam Brahma Rudadi Devatas Samatvaneva Vikshana Sapashandi Durambhavet. Famous verse. Anyone who thinks that anyone is equal to Narayan, that person is punished birth after birth. So even Brahma Rudadi Devata, even the devatas like Rudra, Shankar and Lord Brahma, they can never be equal to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Lokoe tumate kabu nahi jivamati Krishna sadrisha tuma akriti prakriti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the difference between the ordinary soul and the Supreme Soul. Right? Atma and Paramatma. There's a difference. They are not the same. No? They are different in almost every respect. In almost every respect. No? Everyone heard this from Lord Chaitanya. And they said, Akrite tuma deki bridanananan deha kanti pitambar koelo achadan. Then everyone understood, they accepted Lord Chaitanya as Krishna. Why? Same bodily beauty. Same beauty. Same bodily features. Right? No matter how much anyone's beautiful in this world, there's always something wrong with them. Look, Damana Maharaj, one finger goes here, one finger straight. Krishna doesn't have fingers like that. Okay, I don't want to too much point out my own faults, but to do the math, everyone has something, right? Like we walk on chappals, shoes. You look after 6 months, one shoe is always more worn out than the other. That means what? The body is not fully symmetrical. Some up and down is going on there. So no jiva can have perfectly bodily construction, no. But Krishna has that. All his features perfect. So seeing the beauty of Lord Chaitanya, also his speech, his influence, then people understand by your bodily features. Right? 32 features of a Mahapurus. Right? How do we know someone's a Mahapurus? They have 32 bodily features. I've seen Krishna. How many bodily, right? 32 features of perfect personality. And Krishna have all these features. No, 7 raised, like his chest raised, nose raised, like this, forehead raised. 5 broad chest, thin waist, these 32 symptoms of Mahapurus. Sai Baba have none of them. So by Lord Chaitanya's physical appearance, what's the proper word? By his darshan and all symptoms, they can understand, yes, this is Krishna. Also Lord Chaitanya is so attractive, so beautiful. No? Therefore devotees has Vatsalya matra koti didasa vitanama odau jasari. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have beauty like millions of moons. Coolness like millions of moons. No? He have beauty like millions of cupids. There's one verse, I'm trying to remember the first line. Saundauja Kamakoti Sakaladini Samaladini Chandrakoti. They have coolness like millions of moons, right? We see the moon, how much we feel happy. Lord Chaitanya have bodily effulgence like millions of moons. They have beauty like millions of cupids. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Soban. All children were singing today in the school. So Lord Chaitanya have beauty like millions of cupids. Effulgence like millions of moons. Affection like millions of mothers. Kindness like millions of desire trees. Because desire tree may give you some bad thing. If you pray to a desire tree, I want AIDS, give me cancer, you get it. But Lord Chaitanya never give a bad thing. But a desire tree may give you some bad thing. So he's more kind than millions of desire trees. Sweeter than millions of nectar drinks. Gambiram Bodhakoti, deep like millions of oceans. Deep. And he showed millions of ecstasies. So by all this they could understand, oh, this is, we are chasing after the fisherman, but now we understand. Just like all the people said, Mriga mad vastra bande tabuna lukaya ishwa shobhav tuma taka nahiyai. Taka means to hide. You hide incense. By cloth you cannot hide the smell. No, it will come out. When I was coming here, I had some incense in my bag, went through the X-ray machine. The guy goes, "What's in here?" I said, "Incense." There was a huge bag of it. And he goes, I should have poked his out. "You offend now, that's what Krishna's pleasure is. Hands off." No? So he didn't open the package, but he could just smell from outside. And he went, "Hare Krishna." Funny, yeah. You can cover incense, but smell will come. So Lord Chaitanya tried to hide himself, but cannot. Like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, 3 times he tried to come to Vrindavan. What time do we finish? That's Friday night. Who works on Saturday? No one. Only Manju. Right? You don't have a job. When did you get a job?
Part-time job.
What time you start?
10 o'clock.
Oh, no problem. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 3 times tried to go Vrindavan. So first time he failed after sannyas. He tried to go like a mad person, but voice go, "Don't go now. You go later." No? Because if he'd gone to Vrindavan and left all the devotees of Mayapur, Navadvip, they would have died. So in this way, Nityananda cheated Lord Chaitanya, sent him back to Shantipur, and all devotees like Mother Sachi and... Where are you going?
Sit on the stairs.
Fair enough. So, in this way, Lord Nityananda saved everyone's life. Right? Lord Chaitanya wanted to go to Vrindavan, but Nityananda cheated him, sent him back to Shantipur. Second time he came, hundreds of thousands of persons came. Hundreds of thousands. No? Wherever Lord Chaitanya put his feet, people in a madness would dig up the road. All the highways were destroyed. Villages were completely flattened. I heard there are some, like, not even from Chaitanya Charitamrita, other descriptions. People describe when Lord Chaitanya came to their village, hundreds of thousands of persons would come. The whole village would be destroyed completely, but everyone was happy. Everyone was so and then those people would just leave the village and just follow the Lord. No? There was a Muslim king that time, Hussein Shah, and he asked, "What's going on?" He heard there's a sadhu going with hundreds of thousands of people following him. And Rupa Goswami was his minister. So Hussein Shah asked, "What's going on?" Then there was one Hindu minister, Keshav, I cannot remember his name, Keshav Kanta. Keshav something. He said, "Don't worry, this is nothing, don't give importance to it." Then he asked Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami, he had not met Lord Chaitanya. But him and Rupa Sanatana Goswami would read it, they could understand very soon the Supreme Lord will appear at the junction of the Kali and Dwapara Yuga. He will appear in Mayapur. All the scriptures describe these things. They had not been to Mayapur. They had not seen Lord Chaitanya, but by reading the scripture they could understand he is coming. So when Rupa Goswami heard this, then he directly said to the Muslim king, "No, by whose good fortune you now have the position of king, by whose blessing all your endeavors are successful, by whose blessing, you have this position, that position. By your same security, the Supreme Lord is now personally walking in your kingdom. Then Hussein Shah said, it must be. Why? Hundreds of thousands of persons are following him. He's not giving them anything. Right? Rekha, if you stop giving pizza and chips and prasad, how long do you think the children would come to school for? Finished. Everyone loves you, right? But the day you stop giving prasad, no one will look at your face. Right? Children with parents, when parents run out of money, children forget them completely, in general. So Hussein Shah said, millions of people are following him. He's not giving them anything. Lord Chaitanya was not doing food for life. Right? He was not distributing cloth. Lord Chaitanya not even building temples. Lord Chaitanya not writing any books. Right? Lord Chaitanya not making vegetarian restaurants or goshalas. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving?
Praying of God.
A mood. A conception. So Hussein Shah could understand. Millions of people following, but he's not giving them anything. But they're still following him. This is proof. He must be God. No one else can do like that. No one else has that power. So Hussein Shah, by the advice of Rupa Goswami, accepted Lord Chaitanya as Bhagavan. So, anyway, so Hussein Shah gave order, no one disturb him. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, just do pranam. No one disturb him like that. So when he came towards Mayapur, millions of people following, he came to the village of, some say the Guru of Rup Sanatan. His name Vidyavachaspati. Also some relation with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So when he came to that village, then millions of people were there climbing in the trees and all were chanting, Jai Sachinandan, Jai Gaura Hari, all were shouting like mad persons. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya would just come out for a second, everyone would see, no silent cheer like in Abanti. No, all going mad. All going mad for darshan of Lord Chaitanya. No? So when Srivas Thakur saw this, he laughed. And he started doing this. So Lord Chaitanya said, what are you doing? And Srivas said, I'm covering the sun. I'm covering the sun by my hands. And Lord Chaitanya said, that's foolish. You cannot cover the sun with your hands. So Srivas said, I'm not foolish. How about you cheating us many years in Mayapur? You're covering yourself. In Mayapur, no one knows he's like this. I'm a son of Jagannath Mishra. I'm a human. I'm a scholar. But now, you cannot cover yourself. Now your all glory is revealed. So when Mahaprabhu saw that of Srivas, he just kept quiet. Because devotees say something, most of the time Bhagavan have no nice answer. No? So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed himself. So the devotees said, all the Brijabasis, they're saying, you try to cover incense, you cannot. The smell will come. So no matter how much you say, I am devotee of Radha Krishna, Hare Krishna, I am Jiva, Jiva can never be Krishna. No matter how much you cover yourself, the real thing will come out. So, Alok Prakriti Tuma Buddhi Ogocha Tumi Deki Krishna Prem Jagat Pagal. Didn't read that master, did I? Alokik Prakrit Tuma Buddhi Agocha Tuma Deki Krishna Prem Jagat Pagal. Your characteristics are uncommon, beyond any ordinary living being. You are making the whole universe mad with love of Krishna. Stri Bal Brida A Chandal Yoban. Anyone who sees you once, including women, children, old persons, even Chandal and Yavan, dog eaters and Yavans, the Christians, Muslims, who else? The Jews, the Poles, the Yavans. Anyone who sees you one time becomes mad in love of Krishna. E Tumar Ekbar Poya Darshan. Whoever sees you once, their life is finished. They dance like madmen. They merely chant the holy names of Krishna. They become spiritual masters of the entire world. Krishna naam loy nach hona unmat achaja hoila se tailal jagat. This is your power, your potency. So in the time of Lord Chaitanya, there was no need, like we are doing, Mangalati and Ekadasi and all. You just saw Lord Chaitanya once, you can get prema. That was his power. Now Lord Chaitanya is not here. So that same prema we can also get, but we have to do sadhana. Without sadhana, you cannot get prema. That's the benefit of appearing in Lord Chaitanya's direct pastimes. So if you do nice sadhana bhajan this life, Maju, what will happen to you?
Get to go to Vrindavan.
Huh?
You get to go to Vrindavan.
First you go to Navadvip. Right? You get a chant. Lord Chaitanya is doing his pastimes in another universe. Yoga Maya will transfer you there. Then you'll see Lord Chaitanya. Get Prema Bhakti. Right? Sound good? Okay. Take care. So sign up. Sign the book. Die to live. So all Brijabasi is saying this. No? Whoever sees you becomes mad for Krishna. They dance like mad. They chant the name of Krishna. Darshan Kaja Achuk Etuma Nam Sune. What to speak of seeing you? Anyone who hears your name. Say Krishna Prem Tare Tu Bhavani. Whoever just hears your name, even that person can deliver the three worlds. Now we see like England, God-forsaken place. Full of meat eaters, horrible. Completely opposed to the Vedic system. The British spent hundreds of years doing what? Just crushing the Hindus, nothing else. Looting them, stealing. But Mahaprabhu giving to them. When good. Should I criticize England for a while? Listen to this nice story. When our Gurudev, he went for his visa first time coming to England actually. England and Holland. So he went for his visa, for England visa first. And with him were two brahmacharis. Then someone rang up the consulate. Oh, these two brahmacharis, they're not real. They just want to go there for marriage. Come on. Anyway, they want to stop. Narayan Maharaj shouldn't get a visa, so they did like that. So Gurudev went for his visa, and the guy said to him, rejected. You know what Gurudev did? Have you heard this? Gurudev become angry, man. His eyes become red. You reject me? I reject you. And Gurudev took his passport and threw it in the guy's face. Gurudev said, I reject you. You never reject me. Then Gurudev said, how dare you try and stop us? He said, for hundreds of years your country came and took everything. I have not come here to take, I have come here only to give. And how dare you try and stop me? And the guy had a change of heart. And he granted visa. If that was us, maybe we'd cry, we don't know. So, anyway, what to speak of anyone who saw Lord Chaitanya? Anyone who just hears his name. Okay? Like Chaitanya have so many names. Jai Sachinandan, what else? Jaladha Pranadam, Navadvip Chandra, Nimai, Gaurahari, what else? Gaurasundar, Gauranga, thousands of names. No? There's even a sort of, what's his name? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote hundreds and hundreds of names for Lord Chaitanya. Huh?
Vishwambar.
Vishwambar. Sachinandan, so many names. Who just hear these names, they can become Jagat Guru. Who just hear this name. No? Therefore this name of Gauranga, this same, Radha Krishna, 4 syllable. So this name Gauranga, Gauranga, 4 syllables. Radha Krishna Gauranga. Gauranga. This Gauranga mantra has same power as Radha Krishna's name. So Lord Chaitanya's name has little special power, which is even not present in the name of Krishna. Have you heard about this? Manju? Must have heard something, right? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he describes all this in a little book called Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. These 2 little books, try and start reading. Right? The collected evidence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Swami Bhagavata, it's a little book, 60 pages. And this one, Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. It's very small, like this tiny little book. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, everyone may worship Krishna, But the problem is, if you have imperfections, Krishna will not accept your worship. Right? Like you look in Krishna Lila, Shiva came, no success. Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahmaji came. What did he do? Just cause disturbance in Krishna Lila. You know? Indra came. What did he do? Utpad, disturbance. You know? Lakshmi, no success. She's still there doing some tapasya to get Krishna's seva. But she got or not? Not written anywhere. You know? So these great, great personalities, Mahadev, Chaturmukh Brahma, Indra, who else? Varun also, we just heard Varun, he also made some disturbance. Lakshmi, they could not achieve success by direct Krishna bhajan. Then how Lavan from London, how he will achieve success? So it says, if you have some bad desire, if you are not perfect, you cannot achieve success even if you worship Krishna directly. But Lord Chaitanya is not like that. Krishna even says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharma, give up everything, surrender to me. Who can give up everything? Give up your children, come to Vrindavan. Ready? We fear. We fear. How we can give up? We have so many attachments. Especially in Kali Yuga, everyone is so much unqualified. Short lifespan, always confused. So many desires, right? Just to keep a roof on our head and just have some rice and dal in our stomach, we have to work 10 hours a day. Poor Radhika works 12 hours a day. How many hours you work, Rekha? I almost crying watching you guys in the kitchen. How hard working? How hard? But unless you do like that, you cannot survive. So in Kali Yuga, Bhaman Maharaj said, 12 hours a day just for kawa dawa in Bengali. Something to eat and a place to sleep, we have to work like donkeys. So in this Kali Yuga, so many obstacles are there. So Krishna saw this. No one in Kali Yuga can reach him. So Krishna came in a merciful, Radha Krishna came together in a merciful form as Lord Chaitanya. Vrindavan came in another Sarupa as Navadvip. No? The name Radha Krishna came in another form, Gaura, Gaura Nitai. No? So it says, Chaitanya Nityananda Jadi Dake E Ba Sunirmal Krishna Prem Anveshanaja. Everyone's chanting Krishna, 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 looking for prema. No one can find. But you chant Nitai Gauranga, then Krishna Prem look for you. Bhaktivinoda Thakur clearly does. Chaitanya Nityananda Jadi Dake Eba. One time. Chaitanya Nityananda. Say it, brother, one time. Go Nitai. Just say it. Go Nitai. Come on, put some heart into it. Go Nitai. Then Prema Bhakti is thinking, who is chanting the name of Mahaprabhu? So Prema Bhakti searches for that person who chants the name. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nitai Gauranga. So that person who does not worship such an incarnation, how much they're unfortunate. So Lochan Das Thakur says, that person who doesn't worship such an incarnation, that person lives like an insect. Insect lives for 10 seconds and die. What benefit? So Hena Avataja Ratina Janmilo. What's the second one? Oh, I'm not going to ask you, you don't know.
It's from Hari Hari Vipari.
Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goyam. That person who doesn't worship such an incarnation, that person like an insect. Live and die for no meaning. So, what to speak of seeing you? Oh Lord Chaitanya, someone who just hears your name, they also can deliver the three worlds. By hearing your holy name, dog eaters become great saints. Your uncommon potencies cannot be described in words. In Navadvip is deity of Nrsingadev from Satyuga, hundreds of thousands of years old. So we go there. Every time we go to Navadvip, we go to do some Nrsinga Puja, some Abhishek. So on the bottom of the picture, the stone carving, on the bottom of the stone carving is a little Hiranyakasipu there. So we're watching it, my Shiksha Guru Sri Madhusudana Maharaj said, you know Maharaj, all this Abhishek, it's all going on Hiranyakasipu as well. He's getting the same worship as Nrsingadev. And Maharaj said, Bhagavan gives such a position to his devotees. And then he said, you, look at you, Bhaktivedanta. How God put the title Bhaktivedanta? There's Gurudev's mercy, no? So Bhagavan, Gurudev, give that position, even though you may be wretched. So just by hearing your name, even dog-eaters become great saints. So your uncommon potencies cannot be described in words. So then he quoted this verse, Yad Namadeya Shravananu Kirtanat Yad Pranavat Yad Api Smarat Na Kuchit Swado Pisadya Savanaya Kalpate Kuta Punaste Bhagavad Anudashane. Famous verse, I think Prahlad Maharaj said, no? Or Kapila Dev, sorry. Even a person born as a dog eater. Dog eater, okay, but cow eater, even worse. That's me. Dog eater have some place in Shastra, but cow eater have no place. No? Even dog eater, even this type of person, anyhow worship the Lord, he also become worshipful. No? Whatever he give, Bhagavan accepts. No? And he purify his whole dynasty, but non-devotee cannot even purify himself. No? So these are the glories of Bhagavad Bhakti. Especially you guys mostly are Indians. How unfortunately most Indians now, like dogs chasing the bone. So many Indians chasing Western culture and giving this thing up. So all the Brijavasis saying what? Etu mahima tuma tatashta lakshan surup lakshan tumi brajananandam. But you are saving all these low people and making them glorified. They become perfect just by hearing name. This is not your real glories. Right? Lord Chaitanya's real glories is not that he made Damodar Maharaj a devotee. What's his real glories? He is Brajananandam, he is Krishna himself. So never forget, who is Lord Chaitanya? Krishna. Okay, don't forget. No? Nandishwara Patestu Tattve Guru Varam. When we worship Lord Chaitanya, don't forget, who is he? He is Guru. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Don't forget. In the beginning we may think Lord Chaitanya one form of Krishna and Radha Krishna is another form, but the real truth is there's no difference between them. Now we're worshipping Lord Chaitanya, but when he give us mercy and all our heart is cleansed, that time you'll see him as Radha Krishna. So in simple language, everyone, Radha Krishna came in the form of Lord Chaitanya. When you accept the shelter of Lord Chaitanya worshipping perfectly, that same Lord Chaitanya will be seen by you as Radha Krishna. So mercy of Lord Chaitanya, where you go? Vrindavan.
Okay.
Navadvip and Vrindavan is same. If you get the mercy of Navadvip, you'll end up in Vrindavan. In Navadvip, you will have darshan of Vrindavan. Okay. Let's finish here, right? We've been going for hours. What time will we start?
7.
How many more verses we've got? Just a few? Just a few thousand? Okay, so we'll stop here. So the real glories of Lord Chaitanya, not that he's giving bhakti to all these people, not his real glories, he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. So many people think also like Prabhupada's glories, he opened so many vegetarian restaurants and he went to the West and preached, but his real glories, he's devotee of Radha Krishna, devotee of Krishna. So, Lord Chaitanya then, when all the Brijavasi could understand he is directly Krishna, then he gave his mercy. Everyone became filled with love of Krishna and all returned to their homes. Lord Chaitanya remained for some days in Akrura Ghat. He delivered everyone there simply by distributing the name of Krishna. How many days he stayed? Some say 10 days. So we'll hear everything maybe next week or next time. Are there any questions from the good people? Any questions?
So was this the same time? Was this the same time where he went and he spoke to the sannyasis in?
No, different time.
So this is before or sometimes?
After here, Mahaprabhu goes to, he meets with Sanatana Goswami, then he met with Rupa Goswami. No? So there first he met the Mayavadi sannyasis, but he ignored them. Then the second time he came back, after speaking to Rupa Goswami, then the devotees asked him to preach to the Mayavadis of Kasi, then he preached to them on this way back from Vrindavan. So Madhusudana said, Krishna came to Vrindavan in the form of Mahaprabhu, came to Vrindavan, collected so much nectar. You know? And who's the first persons he gave it to when he came out of Vrindavan? Rupa and Sanatan. Take this thing. So Rupa Sanatan carrying all the sweetness of Vrindavan by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So he met, going there, he passed through Varanasi, he met the Mayavad sannyasis, but when he came back, then he changed all their hearts. Take care. Any questions more? What's your name, sister?
Bhakti.
Bhakti. Any questions? You're doing a Ekadasi? Are you? Anyone here not doing a Ekadasi? You've heard of Ekadasi, right?
No, I haven't.
Come on. How do you pronounce it? Maybe I'm not pronouncing it. Ekadashi. That's it. No? Which is by way? No? Don't understand?
No.
Okay, he'll explain later.
Right.
Twice a month we fast for Bhagavan's happiness. You know the moon calendar? Pratipad.
My mum does.
Chaturdashi, what is it? First, what are the, can you know the lunar days? Pratipad first, then second, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturdashi is fourth, Chaturthi, then Panchami, Sashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Novami, Dasami. Ringing a bell now?
Yeah.
Right. Ekadasi. So 11 days after full moon. 11 days. Go and ask your mother. She's here in London.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Ask her, Mother, what is Ekadasi? I bet she knows. If she doesn't, then ring up Grandma. Mother may not know, but in the old days, everyone would do it. Any questions more?
So Maharaj, in Jagannath Puri also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, isn't it? So this Vrindavan trip, is it before Jagannath Puri or after?
After. Because 3 times he left Jagannath, sometime he left Jagannath Puri to go to Vrindavan. Second time was when he came there, then Sanatana Goswami said, don't come here like a magician with his magic show. So many people, so he came back. The 3rd time he was successful. So 3rd time he went round and he came. First time, his first trip was,
South India?
first trip was, he went there, returned. Second trip was South India. 3rd trip was Vrindavan. Okay, what a great audience. Thank you for your time. Coming up is Kartik month. Bhakti, what are you going to do for Kartik?
Offer candles.
Is that all? Don't offer candles. Candles are made of wax paraffin. You should offer ghee wicks, coconut oil. But don't just try and do some extra things in Kartik. One name of Radhika, Radharani, is Kartikeshwari. She's the presiding deity of Kartik. Do you chant it japa? How many are you doing? 1 lakh.
No, just the one round.
Try and do something for Radharani in the month of Kartik, okay? Kartik begins
Next.
on the 20th, 12 days. Okay. Have you ever done 16 rounds?
Tried, but
Are you working tomorrow?
no, Monday.
Right, so tomorrow's Saturday, right? Tomorrow do 16 rounds.
Haribol.
Come on, it's not hard. Small children do 16 rounds a day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Chant like that, 1 round should take 7 minutes. 8 minutes. What's 16 times 8? Hour and a half. Hour and a half. You don't have an hour and a half? Try one day. One taste will come. And maybe in Kartik you can do that. All are invited to India for Kartik. Who has OCI? Put up your hand. Right, 1, 2, there you go.
I might
So,
come, Maharaj.
come for Kartik.
I might.
Sell a kidney?
No, without selling it, Maharaj.
Sell a children's kidney?
Taking the kids with me.
What if you need a return ticket? Oh, then you can sell them there.
Maharaj, you send some Mahaprasad with for us.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you.